The star power.
What a home run for Soto. Aaron Judge crushes one.
Get all the Yankees action. The Yes app. Download now.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Playing in Yankee Stadium is the best thing that could ever happen to a ball player.
It's a huge honor to put this uniform on.
World champions, team of the decade.
There it goes.
The Yankees are back on top.
This is the Yankees being the Yankees.
Only 1 in 5 people with disabilities, including those with autism, are employed, despite many having the skill set and desire to work. Why? Outdated stigmas and beliefs. So let us make it easy. This is a job for someone with autism. This is a job for someone with autism. So is this. That job? Also perfect. Businesses value diversity, but sometimes overlook the unique strengths and abilities of the autism community. Introducing WIN, the Workplace Inclusion Now program by Autism Speaks. We bridge the gap and help businesses lead the way in inclusive hiring. Yes, these are all jobs for someone with autism. To learn more and lead the way in inclusive hiring, go to autismspeaks.org/win. Yep, that job too.
Yankees win a series. They win the game 8-3, and we take a look at the Cadillac player of the game, Paul.
Wow, it was a big part of things. It's been a big part of things all year. 3 more hits today, 2 stolen bases, couple runs. Lofty .424 average. Anthony Volpe, player of the game.
And also he had those 2 steals, as you mentioned. He steals second base. And he gets up and promptly steals third base. So showcasing his entire game today. Now we take a look at the Buick drive of the game. I wonder what this is.
Yeah, I wonder. It happened in the 3rd inning. Big G, his 3rd home run of the year, just happened to be a grand slam. But the Yankees ahead for good. And that's your drive of the game.
That was quite the drive. We'll hear from Giancarlo and Meredith in the postgame. 8-8-2, beating 3-5-0. Took 3 hours and 10 minutes. Cousins will win Santana's first save. Francis took the loss. Bichette a good day. Giancarlo Stanton a better one. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Bob Lorenz, Jack Curry, and John Flaherty. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, Jared Boschnack, and the executive producer of the Yes Network is Mr. John J. Filippelli. Join us again tomorrow as the Yankees take on the Marlins from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Coverage begins at 5:30. Note the time on the Yes Network, with first pitch coming just after 6. Again, the final score of the New York Yankees 8 and the Toronto Blue Jays 3. For Paul O'Neill and Meredith Morakovitz, I'm Michael K. saying see ya from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Now let's go to Bob Lorenz, Jack Curry, and John Flaherty, who are standing by in our Yes Network studios with the WB Mason postgame show.
Everybody, it's great to have you with us on the WB Mason postgame. Bob Lorenz, John Flaherty, Jack Curry with you as the Yankees wrap up their series against the Blue Jays with an 8-3 win. They make it 2-3. 5 pitchers kind of cobbling things together. That's a Curry favorite word, by the way. Cobbling things together. But the offense stepping up in a big way. Let's get to your Hyundai opening comments.
Yeah, we talked on our pregame show that the Yankees try to win a series and get out of here winning every series that they played this year. Mission accomplished there. And Jack talked about the offense coming out and scoring runs again like they did last night. 9 runs last night, 8 runs today. And you love the bullpen job because Luis Gil did not give the Yankees length again. That is going to be an issue at some point. They need a starting pitcher to step up a little bit. But the bullpen was fantastic, and Giancarlo Stanton with that grand slam.
Yeah, when I look at this game, I see it as a complete and thorough win because of all the contributors that we're going to talk about on this show. You start with Stanton. The ability to hit the grand slam is one thing, but the ability to pull a fastball and hit a fastball, something that was a problem for him all of last year, so a positive sign for the Yankees. Volpe with 3 more hits. The Yankees actually had 8 of their starters who reached base via a hit or a walk, so everyone was contributing up and down the lineup. And on a day where Aaron Boone knew that it was going to be a lot of arms coming out of that bullpen, they did cobble it together, Bob. Gil probably wishes he could have stayed in this game a little bit longer. Got away from his fastball at a certain point in this game, and I think it hurt him. He actually came back in an inning after his Rocky inning, 20 of 23 fastballs. I think he got a little message in the dugout.
All right, so let's go. We'll talk about Gil in just a minute, but let's talk about Giancarlo Stanton, that at bat in the bottom of the 3rd. It's our sage pitching decisions, and let's go pitch by pitch through that at bat against Bowden Francis.
Well, what's the scouting report going to be against Giancarlo Stanton after he couldn't handle velocity last year? Opposing pitchers are going to come right at him with velocity. Quickly ahead in the count, 0-2, couple of fastballs. Another high fastball that he lays off there at 95. This is going to be a breaking ball. Last year, Giancarlo Stanton swings at that pitch a million times out of a million. There's a fastball down the middle that he misses, and then another fastball inner half at 93. Finally got the timing down. Grand slam. Back-to-back nights with home runs, but I think the most important thing for Giancarlo, taking care of the velocity, that's going to help him down the road.
Homers in 2 nights, 3 homers on the season, 405. He's the active major league leader in terms of home runs. Meredith caught up with him a short time ago on the field. Let's listen to that.
Giancarlo, you absolutely demolished the baseball in the 3rd inning, but fell behind 0-2 in that count. How were you able to stay alive till you found a pitch you can hit?
Just try to get something over the plate. You know, he was touching the corners pretty well, so yeah, just had to battle and make sure I gave myself a chance to get any RBIs.
Can you describe the satisfaction when you connect like that?
That's big time. That's great. To be able to put us up and keep us up, that's what it's about. That's what we worked for. And I couldn't have done it without the guys getting on base, too.
Hey, you mentioned that. A single by Juan Soto, then Aaron Judge walks, Anthony Rizzo walks. What did you think overall today about the plate discipline?
Just manufacturing runs. You know, getting on, whether it's a hit, a walk, putting the ball in play, beating pitches out, beating infield singles out, just putting pressure on him.
Anthony Volpe, in just his 2nd year, retooled his swing a little bit this offseason. He's seeing the fruits of his labor. 3 hits, 2 stolen bases, 2 runs scored. Overall, what have you thought of his start?
It's awesome. Just letting the ball get deep, being comfortable in deep counts, 2 strikes. That doesn't matter. He's been shooting stuff in the second base hole all year, and he's going to continue to do it.
Another series win. You guys enjoying this?
That's right. That's right. Keep it going.
Giancarlo, thanks for the time. Send it back to you.
All right, Meredith, thank you. So for Giancarlo Stanton, that big home run today, he did strike out twice, but Jack, more importantly, the fact that he gets the barrel on the bat, putting the ball in play, and when he gets to that 0-2 count or 2-strike count, sometimes you think, and we saw in that at bat in the 3rd, Bowden Francis is going to spin one outside the zone. He's going to chase at another strikeout. He hasn't been doing that as much over the past few games.
I love the way John broke that down because of what you're just talking about. How often last year did we see Stanton chase out of the zone and just fall prey to exactly what the pitcher was trying to do to him? Not only did he lay off breaking pitches, but he fouled off 2 fastballs. So he had already sized up what Francis's fastball can do, and then when Francis comes inside with the fastball, Stanton just demolishes it. He got off to a really slow slow start, 3 for 24 with 13 strikeouts, and I described him as understated yesterday because I think this is a proud guy with more than 400 career home runs who doesn't want to have to say that a good day is suddenly the thing that lifts him up. He just wants to have more of a steady performance, and if he can go back to who he was in 21, which wasn't that long ago, he was essentially a 35 and 100 guy. The Yankees would sign up for that.
Jack, I don't care if you're a rookie coming up to the big leagues or Giancarlo Stanton. It comes down to confidence, right? Having some success. And I think last year when he was getting beat with that velocity, as a hitter, you start cheating a little bit. You start leaving a little bit early, and you're wide open to those breaking balls. I thought the 1-2 breaking ball that was just off the plate was really the key to that at bat because he didn't even flinch at that pitch. So whether he's trusting his hands are going to be quick enough to take care of velocity or seeing the ball so well, whatever it was, that take before he hit the home run told me that he was in a pretty good place.
Well, guys, let's turn our attention to pitching. It was Luis Gil getting the start today, and on the pregame we talked about the importance of him going deep with Aaron Boone having to use a lot of the bullpen last night. Well, it was a similar situation today because Gil gave him only 4 1/3. He allowed 2 runs, but then credit Jay Cousins, Nick Birdie, Caleb Ferguson, and Dennis Santana. They came in and allowed a very good Blue Jays lineup that we saw last night that rallied to get within 9-8 to just 1 run. None of them earned in order for the Yanks to get the win. So let's focus now on Luis Gil and that outing. And, Jack, you mentioned this, that last time out, using that fastball today, he got away from it a little bit.
Yeah, he gets Guerrero Jr. on the changeup in the first, and then in the next inning, he gets Clement on a slider, gets IKF with the changeup, and maybe he got a little changeup happy. He does flash the fastball to get Kiermaier there, and with the bases loaded after a run is scored, he gets the fastball past Biggio. He kind of locked it in after that, and as I mentioned earlier, after that 3rd inning, he went 20 of 23 fastballs in that 4th inning. I think maybe he got a little word from the dugout. He ended up striking out 8 and absolutely dominated the bottom of the Blue Jays order. 6 of those strikeouts came against the 6, 7, 8, and 9 batters.
And when he did decide to go with a 4-seamer, it was effective. Just 1 for 8 and 5 strikeouts against. But also, what jumps out at you, the 3 walks on the 4-seamer, 4 walks overall. He was getting himself into trouble at times, too.
When we look at the total body of his work today, it's a development of a young pitcher at the major league level. There is so much to like with the 8 strikeouts, the fastball in the upper 90s, and the changeup that we've been applauding him for throwing. But I'm with Jack on this one. The first 3 innings, he was going with a heavy dose of changeups. And, you know, you're sitting there watching saying, when you throw 96 to 98 miles an hour, you can establish that the first time through the lineup. Then you start mixing in some changeups and sliders, and you have the element of surprise. So he's found a new toy, like a lot of young pitchers do, and he wanted to go out there and show it off. It's a good one, but there's going to be times where he's going to be a little bit smarter on when to bring it out.
I think this was a 2-part puzzle. There was 2 pieces to this puzzle. When the Blue Jays were struggling offensively this year, they've scored 8 runs against the Yankees yesterday, Schneider fielded a lot of questions about how teams were slowing down his big hitters with changeups. So here's a young pitcher on the mound. I don't think he's calling the game by himself, Gil. I think that might have been part of the strategy, part of the game plan. And then I think they said, wait a second, as you just said, this guy's got an elite fastball. Maybe the changeup isn't as effective as it needs to be today. Go back to number 1.
To give him credit, once he got the lead after the Stanton home run, like you detailed in the 4th inning, he just said, here you go, boys. I'm gonna start unloading the fastball, and he had an impressive 4th inning.
Which some pitchers don't adjust to, right? They continue to throw slop up there almost. You're like, go to number 1.
Again, the scoreboard will tell you how to play this game, and a lot of times it'll tell you how you should be pitching to opposing lineups. When you have a 4-run lead and you throw 96 to 98, you can challenge hitters knowing that one swing of the bat isn't going to be the difference.
And I never want to make Angel Hernandez the story, even though he sometimes wants to make himself the story. But Gil did have to overcome that 3rd inning, which was a bit of a murky 3rd inning. Not only was he missing with pitches, he had some back and forth with Hernandez, long discussion after the inning. So to his credit, he came back out and had a really strong 4th after that.
All right, we're going to take our first break here on the WB Mason postgame. A lot more coming up. Game highlights, more breakdowns. We'll hear from Gil, and coming up next, we're going to hear from Aaron Boone as his guys take 2 of 3 from the Jays, winning on Sunday afternoon in the Bronx 8-3.